I'm just so grateful that my mom um, trusted God and gave me a chance when a lot of the doctors were telling her to get rid of me.
So in 1985, your parents moved to the Philippines
Yeah.
for your dad's work. I believe they opened up ministry there. And while there, your mom contracts dysentery,
Yeah, amoeba dysentery.
falls into a coma.
Yeah.
Give a little background on what was going on with her then.
So my dad was out preaching one night and felt it on his heart, just really agonizing over so many of the babies that weren't being given a chance around the world, and really felt like he was supposed to have another baby, and came back, saw my mom, and they already had 4 at the time, and he was like, I really felt like we're supposed to have another baby, like God's calling us to have, and she's like, well, I don't know, I don't know if God's calling me to have another baby, right? And so then not long after, she really felt compelled to have another baby as well. And so not long after that, she became pregnant. At least they thought she was pregnant, but then they thought that it was just a massive fetal tissue, a tumor. And so actually my first nickname was Timmy the Tumor. So I have that going for me.
That's pretty creative.
My siblings, yeah. I don't know if it's that creative. And so my siblings like throwing that one on me. And then after that, I can't remember every period of it, but my mom had amoeba dysentery, and she fell into a coma. And then when the doctor who had helped deliver thousands and thousands of babies, helped my mom deliver this baby, he told my mom, he said, "This is the greatest miracle I've ever seen in my life, because I don't know how your baby's still alive. The placenta only has a tiny attachment, so I don't know how your baby has enough nutrients to survive."
They were concerned that she could have died, right?
Yeah, and I'm just so grateful that my mom trusted God and gave me a chance when a lot of the doctors were telling her to get rid of me.
What did she tell you about that?
Just that how much she loved me, and told me that every single day in my, and I kind of mean that, like most days of my life, my parents would tell me, "Hey, we want you to know God spared you for a reason, and God wants to use you, and he loves you like crazy." And just, do you know what happens when you hear that over and over and over again? You start to believe it.
How did knowing that story impact your view of the pro-life, pro-choice conversation?
Well, I just think that, one, such a gratitude and love for my mom to give me a chance to see her heart and hear my dad tell a story, my siblings tell the story from their perspective, and praying for me that I would make it, and the love and the support, and then just studying the truth of how every life is so loved and so valuable, infinitely valuable in my opinion, and we have to treat every life of every place, of everywhere, with that infinite value and worth.
What do you do in the cases where there's a medical issue or, some sort of criminal activity connected to the pregnancy?
Well, I think that we have to first love well. So many people, when they talk about this, it's just pro-unborn, but I believe the pro-life movement needs to be pro-life all the time, everyone, no matter where, no matter what, all the time. Because I believe that the God that we serve loves life and came to give us life and life abundantly, and we need to be willing to stand and truly and fight for. And the way that we fight is with faith, hope, and love. It's with kindness. It is with truth, but it's also in love. And we need to do that all of the time. And there can be some really, really hard circumstances, and it needs to be met with kindness, compassion, and love, and mixed in all of those needs to be truth. It's not just we're going to pick and choose one. It needs to be all.
Do you think legislation should be changed, nationwide to align with that?
I believe that we should stand for life, and every life, I believe, is fearfully and wonderfully made, is one of one, is created in love, by love, and for love, was made on purpose and for a purpose. And when you believe all of those biblical truths, like I would believe them about you, I would believe them about every single person here. Therefore, if I believe that you have infinite value and worth, that God, when created you in love, by love, and for love, when I see you that way, what should I do? I should value you. It's part of the heart of Look Again. The book that I just finished writing is that we would look again, because how many times in my life have I looked and I haven't seen something the way that it was, or I haven't seen something the way that I should. And I think our heart as a society should be to fight to see people with a love and a value. I'll tell you a story to illustrate this. A few years ago, we were at a night to shine, and this was in the middle of COVID, so we had something called shine-throughs where they could stay in their car but still drive through a red carpet, and all people were cheering on the outside, and it was just so special. And we were in Arizona for this one, and there was this Corvette that was coming around very slowly, and all these people are cheering from the outside, and there's a young girl in the back seat standing up with pom-poms, and she's cheering, and she's just going crazy, and she's absorbing it, and it's pulling through, and I'm just looking at her face and the joy, because she's being celebrated and loved and valued and treated as the queen. And then it pulls by, and I'm just already emotional watching this. And as the Corvette pulls by, I see on the back it says, "Royalty on board." And I thought, man, that's it. I don't know how to explain it, but that's it. And so many times our society has not treated her like there was royalty on board.